As someone who takes a very measured approach to valuation, it seems absurd that we're at $1 trillion. And what may seem more hard to believe is I believe this can be a $2.5 trillion company. And let me just quickly frame that in 5 years. Granted, it's a ways away, but this can be, we can go from 70 billion to 400 billion in revenue, a 6.5 multiple.
70 billion to 400 billion in revenue
on that, which is hardware, software, services, Apple-like multiple is that $2,500 stock. And so I think there's still room for upside with Tesla. I think we're going to be having this conversation for years to come.
Yep. Look at this. At more than $1,000 as of Wednesday, Barron namesake investment firm holds almost 6 million Tesla shares. Wait for it, as you guys can see already. On a cost of ownership basis, $42.88 each. So what does that mean? Everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to touch up on Tesla a bit. The person that we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about a gentleman called Ron Barron. He's basically an OG investor, someone that has made $6 billion out of investing 300 million. We have an article that we're going to look at, and we're also going to look at an analyst, a stock analyst, Gene Monster, what he has to say about Tesla. He thinks Tesla could be, within the next 5 years, he thinks Tesla could be a $2.5 trillion company. So we're going to go over an article today, and we're also going to go over a reaction of Gene Monster, and I'm going to add my opinion to some of the things that he has to say, like I always do on this channel. So if you like this kind of content, I will appreciate you hitting that like button once you've watched the video, if you like it, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. What's your feedback? Let's just have a little discourse and just talk about what we all think about the stock. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to get into the article. Okay, this is the article that we are going to talk about today. So first thing first, you guys see the title here. I've made videos about Ron Barron before. This is not the first time that I'm going to do a video on Ron Barron. Right here, we have an article that says Ron Barron says he made $6 billion on Tesla investment. $6 billion on Tesla investment. He plans to be a shareholder for a long time. So right here we'll see he was interviewed on CNBC. For the life of me, I cannot find the segment where he actually spoke about Tesla. I guess CNBC didn't want to publish that. I wonder why, but they didn't. Anyways, this is an article about him, and he says, he plans to be in Tesla stock for the next 10 years. Okay. 10 years he plans to be in Tesla stock. Look at this. At more than $1,000 as of Wednesday, Barron namesake investment firm holds almost 6 million Tesla shares. Wait for it, as you guys can see already. On a cost of ownership basis, $42.88 each. So what does that mean? He bought the stock on average $42.88. And now each of those $42.88 is worth $1,000. And mind you, back in the days before the stock split, this would have probably been worth like $2,500. Okay, so this is one of the things where I try to bring to you guys that stuff like this is very important to know about as a Tesla investor. So what I would suggest is I would leave this article below so you guys can read it. I want these videos to be nice and short. I'll leave this article below. You can read it if you want to. But the main point that I want to tell you guys is right here. Can you imagine someone that already made $6 billion at today's prices for Tesla stock? He already made $6 billion. Let that amount of money sink in for his business, his investors and everything like that. 6 billion. And guess what he's saying? Guess what he's saying right here? He plans to remain a shareholder for at least another 10 years. At least another 10 years. Someone that already made $6 billion and he still wants to be in the stock for the next 10 years just because he thinks that the stock is still going to go up, it has more value, he has more things to do. That's the story that I keep preaching on this channel. Like the same thing in this article. I'll put a link below. You can read this article for yourself and, so you can get more information. This is how I do my research. And all I do on this channel, I share the research with you guys, and I share what I'm doing with you guys. That's all I do on this channel. Okay. But the whole point of me sharing this article with you is someone that already made $6 billion still think Tesla stock is undervalued. Okay. It's undervalued based off of the things that they still want to do. You know, let's say by next year, Tesla delivered their first 1 million cars per year, because that's most likely doable by next year. Tesla delivered that amount of cars. Then what's going to happen? The company itself says they're targeting to be able to deliver 20 million cars every year. And not to now talk about they themselves building out their robotaxi network. They themselves building out like transportation network. I mean, they're going to be running bus system, transport system, and this thing will be driving autonomously, driving itself around. So like a lot of good things is still to come for Tesla. I think a company like Tesla is just one of those companies where it's a generational company. When I talk about this company, it's a generational company, meaning that companies like this only come once in a while. You know, companies like this only come once in a while. Like, for example, Apple just showed up once in a while. If you had invested in Apple 20 years ago, you would have been good today. Google showed up just once in a while. You know, Amazon, you know, all these companies, they just show up once in a while and they just grow and become a beast of a company. Like, I don't know what the future price hold for Tesla, but what I do know is it's going to be bigger than what it is today. And if someone like Ron Barron that already made $6 billion still think Tesla is undervalued and is still going to be a shareholder for the next 10 years, who am I to sell my stock? I've just only made $20,000 on it, even though I've made like $10,000 gain. So this is the latest update to my portfolio. I'm not going to do everything like I normally do, but right here, if you guys look, this is a gain of 300 and almost 400% gain. I've made $12,000 on the stock and I only put in 11. So I've gained way more than I put into the stock. This stock is just an amazing, amazing, amazing stock. Like, if someone like Ron Barron still want to be in the stock, and he already made $6 billion, and he still say that the company is undervalued, and he still want to be in the stock for at least the next 10 years. And the thing is, what's so funny is the interview that I'm talking about, I can't find it. I would have posted it here for you to watch. But like in the interview, even before he sells for the next, after these 10 years that we're talking about, he has, after that 10 years, he has to reevaluate what the company is doing. Like what is the company doing? Are they building new products? Are they trying to evolve the company? What else are they getting into? He's going to evaluate what they're doing at that point for him to be like, okay, let me sell now. You know, I mean, he's an investment manager, so he might have to sell a little bit. I saw in some places in the article where he had to sell a little bit of stock, but you know, right here at this point. But like, you know, when you manage other people's money, you need to, you know, manage risk as well. So, and especially when you're talking about managing billions of dollars, is not something small. Like what I'm doing here, what you see right here, this is a smaller scale from what Ron Barron is doing. Ron Barron is doing something way bigger. He's managing billions of dollars. I'm just managing, you know, some few thousands of dollars here. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that segment. So what we're going to do now is we are going to get into the second segment of the video, which is an interview with two analysts. One of them is Gene Monster, which I'm just going to talk about that part in this video. Stay tuned for the other part, which is going to be about Hertz. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But like, we are going to talk about like what Gene Monster have to say about Tesla stock. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take a look at what Gene Monster have to say about Tesla stock, And yeah, I will jump in and add in some of my commentary, what I think, what I think about what he's saying, and then just add my own commentary to what the analyst had to say.
Gene, my first question for you is: you look at all the other automakers, and you look at their valuations relative to Tesla. Are they all undervalued?
No, I don't think so. And this is
you think they're properly valued and Tesla's properly valued?
Well, let me back up. Is that I think that there are pockets.
You guys notice the pressure, and they just tell them like, look, listen, calm down. Let's back up and talk about what's important here. I like that about Gene.
It's for some of these other automakers. Obviously, Ford has done a great job. I think that there can be there.
Okay, sorry for cutting it in right away. You guys look at the title, right? Look at the subtitle. Should Tesla still get a tax credit? Like, that is crazy. Why would you single out Tesla? Or why would you even suggest any question like this? Meanwhile, you have Congress people, you have senators that watch these channels and maybe think like, oh, Tesla is already $1 trillion. Like, why shouldn't you give them credit? Why should you not give them credit? Why should you not help Tesla become a dominant EV company globally, an American company? It's ridiculous, all this mainstream media, but I just want to hear what Gene had to say. I just thought that was just a little bit funny.
Companies can turn around. They can get a tailwind within this. So if you look at the broader industry, I don't think that the broader auto industry is undervalued. I think there are companies within that. I think you're going to see some companies that have been around for 100 years that will be a fraction of what they are in a decade. And
Ford has been around for 100 years. They have.
So I think I'm not trying to be cute with the answer, but I think there are pockets where some will surge. But as a net, I think the auto industry is going to struggle with this transition. Yep. And just quickly regarding Tesla.
That's why I keep saying that, listen, first of all, they have to move to EV. At the same time, Tesla is eating their lunch when it comes to gas cars. So gas car sales over time is going to go down. And then they got to come out with this new product whereby like they don't even know how to build a product, because building an EV is completely different from building a gas car. So like it's really, really crazy. Them like the rest of the other guys, all the other automakers, like legacy automakers, they put themselves in a very, very bad situation a while ago. And the craziest thing out of all this is like they saw Tesla coming. It's not like Tesla did this hiding. Like they saw Tesla coming. Like it's just crazy, and they never did anything for years.
So in its valuation, it is as someone who takes a very measured approach to valuation, it seems absurd that we're at $1 trillion. And what may seem more hard to believe is I believe this can be a $2.5 trillion company. And let me just quickly frame that in 5 years. Granted, it's a ways away, but this can be, we can go from 70 billion to 400 billion in revenue, a 6.5 multiple.
70 billion to 400 billion in revenue.
On that, which is hardware, software, services, Apple-like multiple, is that $2,500 stock. And so I think there's still room for upside with Tesla. I think we're going to be having this conversation for years to come.
So to recap this video, the main thing that I want you guys to take away from this video is that an investor already made $6 billion. He invested like $300 million, and that $300 million turned into $6 billion. Can you imagine if someone put $6 billion in your bank account right now? You can wake up every day, you log into your account, and you see $6 billion in your account. And then the funniest part is the guy says, I think the company is undervalued. I'm not going to sell this damn thing. I'm not going to sell this damn thing for the next 10 years even, because I believe the company is undervalued. Okay. Can you like imagine that kind of a situation? You wake up every day, you check your bank account, and you see $6 billion in your bank account. And then you still think to yourself, oh my God, like I only invested 300 million. Now I have 600 billion. I have 6 billion. And look at the future for the company. Whoa, like I'm not going to sell this thing for the next 10 years because I know all the things that is still up to, the things that they are planning on doing. So this guy thinks the upside for the company is still huge. So he's still going to keep his money in. He's still going to stay in. So that is one person. And then the other analyst, okay, Gin Monster, he thinks that the stock is woefully undervalued, and he's predicting that the stock is going to be at $2 trillion or $2.5 trillion in a couple of years. So these two people are people that maybe you should keep an eye on. You should, do some more research on them and, trying to follow their investment suggestions, because these are professional investors. Gin Monster of Loop, he has his own investment thing going on, and Ron Barron also has his own investment thing going on. So people to keep an eye on. Gin Monster thinks Tesla is going to be at $2.5 trillion market cap, and we just recently got to 1 trillion. Ron Barron made $6 billion, and he thinks the company is still undervalued and he's going to be in the stock for the next 10 years. So someone like me that I'm just dollar cost averaging $30 into the stock, maybe over the next 10 years, maybe my stock is going to blow up as well. I don't know, but I'm just running a nice experiment because I understand the company. It's like literally almost a part-time job keeping up with what Tesla is up to. Like the company is so huge at this point. And, I'm happy that I'm able to bring this content to you guys, a different view. Someone that is like you, bringing their research, their point of view. So I hope you appreciate this kind of content. And if you do, consider subscribing. I promise you it was going to be good earlier on during the video. So if you do, again, consider subscribing and give the video a like. That's how you tell YouTube that what I'm doing here is good, and they're going to share with other people. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. Until next time, see you later. Again, love you all as always. Thank you for watching. Bye.